question regarding a term called collective consciousness and how it relates to Brahman. So I was watching one talk by this person called Major Vivek Jacob. He was in the Indian Army, Special Forces, and now he's doing something where he's taking disabled people and he's making them do like adventure activities like scuba diving and skydiving and all of that. And they are doing it really well. His main notion is that like he wants to break the notion of disability, which is there in the human mindset. Uh, and like very often he speaks about this term called collective consciousness. So like he said, first he acknowledges the fact that uh, Brahman is absolute reality and like everyone is like we have to realize that. And apart from that, for this collective consciousness, he says that like only when you reach out to other people and all that, then that is when you really truly experience that consciousness. And so like I've been seeing some correlations in our culture also. So for example, most of the uh, gurus which we've had, like our Gurudev and uh, like many others, they when they have that desire to spread this knowledge, they really go far and wide to spread it. And uh, like Arvind Bayard also mentioned, there's some term called Hiranyagarbha, which has some relation to this concept. And also on a very other extreme, if you look at some of the other religions, like they are also in a way trying to do the same thing where they're trying to enforce their uh, thing on their culture on everyone, so everyone has that same experience. So like I just want to know what is your thought on collective consciousness and how it plays into the big picture with Brahman.
See, the word consciousness is used by different people in different ways. Some people use consciousness to say that I am conscious and I am unconscious. I fell unconscious. I collapsed. So there they use word conscious to mean that there is an awareness of my mind and body, and then otherwise I fell down, BP went low, I became unconscious, all that. Vedanta uses consciousness to say that it is nature of Sachidanand. Now here what is being used as consciousness, as collective consciousness, is not to do with this. Collective consciousness means in this context, from what I understand, is all our minds are connected together. That is called samashti in Vedanta. Vyashti means the individual, samashti means the totality.
Okay.
So we are connected at all times. Physically also all of us are connected, because our bodies are made up of same 5 elements and we are connected through the earth, through the 5 elements. The air that I breathe is the air that somebody else is breathing, somebody else is exhaling is the air I am breathing. So there is continuously the 5 elements through which we all are connected at the body level. At the mind level also, all of us are connected, and that total mind is called Hiranyagarbha.
Okay.
Which is what is the term referred to here as a collective consciousness, from my understanding.
Okay.
And so each person who feels inspired, wants to help in some ways, is able to serve selflessly. The more selfless we are, the more impact that action has. That is basic law of karma. The more individualistic I am, the impact of that karma is much lesser. The more selfless it is, the more impact it will have on the people as well as on the society and on the total collective mind itself, collective consciousness, or the samashti itself. And so each one is trying to share what they have felt is inspiring to them in a positive way without enforcing it on people. So if Gurudev tried to reach out this knowledge, he is not trying to enforce it on people. He is reaching out because he is inspired by knowledge. He feels this will improve the quality of somebody's life. Same way this person, Mr. Jacob, is trying to do, if he is having that attitude that people should overcome the mindset of disability and that they can come into the mindset that they can do anything. And that is his way of giving back to the society, being selfless and making people empowered. And if individuals get empowered like that, the totality gets empowered, because individual is the unit which makes up the totality. So that is what is collective consciousness. So if it is like a simple example Gurudev used to give, that a brick is the basic unit of a wall. If the bricks are strong, the wall is strong. If the bricks are not strong, the wall is weak, it will collapse.
Okay.
And so what we find is, this is one way by which people learn to empower themselves and people empower others and make a better world. This cannot be compared at all to the other extreme that you said, where you are enforcing it on people and trying to kill them and convert them. There is no connection between these two at all. In this, there is a freedom. Nobody is that if Mr. Jacob is trying to get all the disabled people and force them to do scuba diving and do any other type of adventure activity, and if they don't, then he is trying to torture them, then you can compare. Or if Gurudev is telling people that you better learn the Gita, otherwise you will have nasty consequences, then you can compare. There is no comparison. That fundamentalism where one is enforcing a view on somebody is not equal to this at all. There it is born out of absolute fanaticism without respecting the freedom of other people. So that is the difference.